Great.
My question is for Lucifer.
Uh-huh.
You also played a bad guy in there. I didn't like your character, but I thought you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
So, was there anything specific that you remember from playing that character in Lucifer?
Yeah, that was wild too, because like, again, that was one of those things where the showrunner, the head writer of the show, wrote that part, and she was like, I have a part I want you to play in the show. He's a French mercenary killer. And I was like, perfect. And one of the reasons she wanted me to be in it is because that summer, Rich and I were going to host the panel, this Lucifer panel in Comic-Con in San Diego. And so Rich had directed Lucifer, and she wanted me to be relevant in the Lucifer world. So I came in and did a couple scenes as this French mercenary killer. And so I did that. It was super fun. It went really well. Had a French accent and everything. And then COVID happened. And the Comic-Con got canceled. We never hosted Comic-Con for Lucifer. And then when they wrote the next season, she was like, I want to bring your character back. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And I just finished killing Supernatural. And they were like, you're actually gonna be killing Lucifer, and it's in the last episode. And I'm like, oh great. So now two fandoms are gonna hate me. But it was, it was such an honor, and like they really bulked up who my character was, and that was cool to. Again, it's like Chuck. It's like I thought it was gonna be one episode, and then it wound up being this bigger thing. The best part about playing that role is being this guy that's nothing like me, this cold-blooded killer French guy, and then in the episode where Dan goes into my body and I'm Dan, and I was being directed by the actor playing Dan, so it was really cool character study for me to I studied him. I just would watch him and that's who I'm gonna be. So I'd go in between this guy, the French killer, and then him, who was more like me. He had my energy. So that was super fun to do that episode. Made it all worth it.
That was a great one. It was memorable. Like I said, I didn't like your character, but I thought you did great.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess that's what we're going for.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Ira from Finland here.
Hello.
So you're going to be in the next season of The Boys.
Yes.
And I understand you can't tell much plot-wise, of course, but if you could tell us a little bit about how you got the role. Did someone contact you from the production, or did you contact them? Did you have an audition?
Yeah. So Eric Kripke, who created Supernatural and created The Boys, he called and said, would you be interested in playing this role? And I'll be able to tell more about the story after you see it. But I considered it, and then I was like, okay, let's do it. I want to do it, and yeah. So again, it doesn't always happen that way. These last few stories are like that, but a lot of times you just audition for a role and you hope for the best. Actually, he did say it's your part if you want it, but go ahead and put yourself on tape so that we can see it and I can run it by Amazon, make sure they see it. So I did put myself on tape, and Amazon was like, we love it, and so I got the part, and yeah, and it was this whole thing. I mean, that being on The Boys, they shoot The Boys like a movie, meaning they take a lot of time to parse it all out and to create that show. And Amazon, it's their #1 show, so they put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
So normally, like Supernatural, you'd have 8 days to shoot one episode, and I'm in one episode of The Boys. But it's an eight episode season, right, as opposed to 23 Supernaturals.
Yeah.
And so, every episode is like a movie. And I was in Toronto for a total of about 3 months working on one episode. I mean, it's that, yeah. And so it's just interesting as an actor to sort of have experienced that. I had fight training, I had makeup tests and costume tests and fight tests and all these things. It was amazing. And you'll see it, and it'll go by in an hour, and it'll be done. But it took so much to put into it. So I'm excited, and anxious for you to see it. It's the boys, and I go full boys, and but it's you're gonna like in a good way. It's all good. I'm just saying it's the boys, and but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Hi, Rob.
Hello.
First of all, happy birthday to Ruth. I saw it was her birthday
Yeah.
yesterday. And please apologize for us hogging you and having you here and not being the
It's
first time
okay.
with the
She
baby. But
understands.
I know she understands.
Yeah.
And that's my question. Everybody here comes with a certain baggage in life, not like you guys do. And everybody takes away, brings home. That wasn't meant to be funny.
I know. I think I know what you mean.
I mean, yeah, because we all, come, with a certain baggage in life. For example, I had a daughter with Rett syndrome. I had breast cancer. I got through so many things. But no. Oh, because I'm okay. I think it's the mental disorder that helps out. But if you feel the pressure of also, I know when you're acting, that's okay. But for example, seeing like shows like Supernatural and stuff like that. It kind of helps people like me, just get away from that our reality and go into another reality.
Sure. Yeah.
And being in a place like this is my very first convention, so I'm a little bit nervous. And I live 5 minutes away from here. And I wanted to know if you feel the pressure of when coming to these conventions, you feel the pressure of our lives also on you. What do you take back with you when you go back home?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have learned so much from everyone that I've met, and there's a lot that I take back with me. This whole experience has been just incredible. We all have this common denominator that we all are here because of a TV show. But then when we gather, especially when I play music here, there's something else that happens.
It's more, yeah.
I always say there's so much love in this room and openness, and it's okay to be whoever you want to be, and there's safety here, and so I mean I think that's the biggest thing I take away is this sort of feeling of I said earlier when my very first convention I was nervous, and the nerves are this sort of fight or flight mentality, like you're going to get eaten by the wolves, and it couldn't be more opposite what this community is.
But for example, when you go back home and Ruth asks you how did it go, and what would you say? I mean, what your first?
Yeah, I called her yesterday. I said, "There's so much love for her here. I keep hearing, give Ruth a cuddle for me, hug Ruth for me, and the baby, and I said, there's so much love for you and for the baby, and we've gotten you're so generous, some amazing gifts that are so sweet, and it's touching. It's touching that." You live your life, you don't think anybody knows or cares, and to have that love and experience that love is a huge thing. So yeah, I've already told her, there's so much love for you here, that's what I said. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Begin by saying, thank you. That I love the scenes where you can see you sing and play in Supernatural, Don't Call Me Shirley is one of my favorite scenes of the whole show. And on that note, I wanted, there are so many musicians biopics coming out in the last few years, and the next ones also. I wanted to know if there's any musician you'd like to see on camera, and especially one you'd like to play, even if you don't look that much like the person itself, whatever.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet's about to play Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like biopics. I like documentaries about the actual person even better, But I'm excited to see the Bob Dylan one with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Amy Winehouse also.
What's that?
One with Amy Winehouse.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that actress a lot too. Yeah, that'll be interesting. And I liked obviously the one about Freddie Mercury and Queen, and then the Elton John one was really well done. And then in terms of who I'd like to play, Man. Well, I mean, I suppose, well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there are a lot of musicians. I mean, John Lennon. You know, looks aren't a thing. You know, John Lennon would be incredible. You know, Eddie Vedder, the Eddie Vedder story. I think that's. I mean, obviously, I'm a candidate. I'm going to play that in my dreams.
Right.
Yeah, and who else would I like to see a documentary or a movie about? Who else do you think? Who do you want to see? Oh, I know, Elliott Smith.
Nice.
Yeah, Elliott Smith would be a really good one. Sad, but good. Or Nick Drake.
Yeah.
And Nick Drake is really interesting because Nick Drake is this artist from the early 1970s who died before any of his music was heard because he died young. I always thought he committed suicide or it was a drug overdose, but I don't know if it was or not. There's a lot of mystery surrounding his life and death. And also there are no pictures or videos of him. So it's really hard to find information about him. And if you listen to his music, it's incredibly moving, I think. Nick Drake. Look it up if you don't know it. But anyway, I think he'd be fun to play. And I look nothing like him. He's super tall. There's like 2 pictures or something of him, but he was a super tall, skinny guy. So built more like Jared or something. But yeah, so I could do it with stilts. And I guess I would also say Bob Dylan. I mean, Bob Dylan would be the ultimate, you know, I always wish that I was in that movie Inside Llewyn Davis, which is kind of about Bob Dylan, but not. And I always wish that had been me playing that part, you know. I would love to just be in any movie where I can sing and play. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I hope we get you see more roles or get you do this because I like my favorite part of the scenes where when you can do this is also always amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was time for Jensen Ackles.
Roberto, Benedict.
See. So I'm to stay on stage with you for about 10 minutes.
Looks like you're giving a TED Talk up here. What's happening?
I was giving a TED Talk.
Oh.
So a TED Talk about a TV show I did called Supernatural.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Shall we sit?
Let's. So Jensen.
Yeah.
I feel like when we're out here, it's my talk show and you're a guest. Jensen, great having you here.
What have you been working on these days? How's everybody doing today?
Jensen, can I ask you a personal question?
Please do.
So I was going to ask you this earlier and I forgot. I'm rewatching Supernatural for the Rewatch podcast.
That's right.
As you know, you've been a guest on it. When in the show did you get married in real life? When did that happen? Before season 5? After season 5?
Would have been season... Well, it was 2010.
Okay, so that's season 6?
5.
5? After season 5?
At the end of, yeah, just after 5.
Okay. Because I'm rewatching and going like, where is this in their life? Like, where were they?
Like where in our personal life are we?
Yeah. So that you have been engaged or something. And I'm watching. I'm on season 5 right now. So
that was Kripke's last season.
I know. I was in it. I mean, I'm in a lot of it. I was there for that.
How many seasons were you in?
Well, I was in 4 and 5. I started in 4.
You came in 4.
And then I was, you know.
Somebody else came in 4 too.
The one with the wings and the trench coat. He was like a.
Alistair?
That's it.
Right.
So yeah, started in season 4 and then through season 5. Remember Swan Song, the end of season 5. It's like narrated by me. That was me. Anyway, then I was gone. I come back for a cameo in season 10, and then season 11 I'm back as God. And then I'm gone for a couple of seasons. Then season 14, I end the world.
Right.
And then I'm a total asshole all season 15.
Right. And then we leave you behind, and you're like,
God, you guys not doing it. I was kidding.
please.
Oh, guys, that was the worst. That was the worst.
It was. Did you ever see the one where we we leave. What was Fergus's character?
Nick?
Yeah, McDavies, and where we leave him at the docks, and I was supposed to just pull out and like peel away like I did with you.
Yeah.
But it was such a tight thing that I had to, like, Austin Powers it. And Jared's like across, and like I'm like, and Jared's just like this.
That's funny.
I don't think Adam lasted through the scene. He broke.
For my last scene when you guys peeled off, that was emotional. Also because it was the end of it for me.
That was it.
Yeah.
We literally left you, and that was the end of it.
There were real emotions there for me when you guys drove away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we're here now.
Hey, but here we are, talking about it. Yeah, it was tough to say goodbye to, that barn scene sucked.
Yeah.
It also sucked the life out of me. Like, I was gassed by the
Was
time
that your last? What was the last thing you shot? The bridge?
The bridge. Because, because we had to, they had us do that, like, on purpose. Like, they waited to move that to the very end of the schedule because it was going to be the last thing. And the unfortunate part about it was 2020, it was COVID.
It's supposed to be all of us. It's supposed to be all the actors come back to Vancouver and are there for the very last shot.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that, like what it was supposed to be, how it was supposed to end, which was not on the bridge. It was supposed to be at a roadhouse, and Kansas was going to be playing in the bar, and there was going to be a whole bunch of like familiar faces in the bar as well.
Yeah. The bar was going to be all the characters that would be in heaven.
Right.
And then they were going to sort of break the fourth wall, and the rest of us.
And then everybody else would just walk in, and we would all be having a party with Kansas playing music.
Amazing.
That would have been amazing. Kansas was like, I think a couple of them were like getting on the plane to come up, and they were like, no, sorry, the world's shutting down.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. My last shot, my very last day.
Was it at the one where we drive away?
No, that was like my second to last day, and then I came back the next day, and I just shot the one where I like made the dog disappear. It's like
that was the worst. You were like, this is not how I want to finish.
Look at me in tears, like I love you, I love you guys.
But now it's just like, hey, bye, dog.
Let's go kill a dog. Well, that's a wrap on Rob Benedict. You know?
And the dog.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Here we are.
Let's